Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, caller.
Hi, is this the Heil hotline?
What the f*** are you having this bitch on for? Didn't you learn your lesson the first time, Aaron? You f***ing retard, you idiot. Hi, Keanu.
I couldn't live with myself. We were just sniping you because we were just bored. And we were talking about.
Wait a minute. No. Before you even continue, you're f***ing sniping me?
Do you not know that?
No, I didn't know you were sniping me. It's fucking
that
bullshit.
Makes me feel bad. They told me to, and then I was riveted by what I was seeing, and I thought, and then I was just we were just sitting along watching, stealing, I don't know, 20 of your, they're probably not even your viewers. What we were discussing before this is that I have a bone to pick with you a bit.
Fuck.
Do you mind?
No,
not really.
I tell you what, Keanu, over the last 6 months or so, my biggest complaint about you, not enough bone picking with me.
Okay. Listen, Aaron, and this will be fun. Do you realize that you have a tendency to exaggerate?
I've never heard this before. This is the first time hearing of this.
Okay. You've never heard that before.
You know what I've heard? The big criticism I've always heard of myself is, Aaron, you're a little understated. You tend to.
You're too demure.
Yeah. I always hear that. Yeah.
Okay, here's what we were talking about. We all really liked your take on Melonie Mac is. I really liked your take on my take on
really because I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I can't find enough shit on Melonie Mac. Like I see everybody tweeting about it, and then I go, all right, what happened? And then I find like hardly enough shit to even develop. So I go to you for my feelings on Melonie Mac because I can't find any clips or anything like that.
Basically, God told me she's going to hell for being an evil, grifting bitch.
Sure.
Unless she repents and publicly apologizes to Jesus, who is gay. Anyway, we liked your take on that. But then, I don't want to blow up your spot, but you blew up mine. I think that I've been watching some clips, and that 9-hour stream that I did, maybe an hour of it, I did the whip it sneeze and what have you.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yes, and can I say, very subtle.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was only 20 or 30 times.
No, yeah, no.
I have defied someone. I don't think that you watched all of the stream because I think that you blew up my spot. I was simply insinuating about maybe Rekieta. I think that you then spilled the whole beans on the whole situation because I certainly don't think that I did.
Did I really? First of all, I watched your clip, and maybe it's because I had the.
It wasn't.
I think what happened was I had the curse of knowledge. And
exactly. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm not insane.
You're not.
You blew up that spot because I was going nuts, and I almost texted you and said, like, dude, did you watch like all of it, or did you watch?
Maybe.
You,
okay.
You spilled the entire beans on that because I certainly didn't. You did, and I'm not blaming you.
Now, I will take responsibility for this. Perhaps my curse of knowledge caused me to skip steps 2, 3, 4 and go right to 5. But because
yes, you have the curse of knowledge. But you're like, Keanu's talking about it, so and it was uncomfortable for me to watch because I thought we weren't talking about this. All I did was a few whip it sneezes.
A few.
And then you went, and then you spilled the whole bean. Can you admit?
Maybe I hadn't even thought about that until you mentioned it, perhaps. But in my defense, I ran to step 5 because the whole internet had run to 2, 3, and 4 and gone everyone was doing this to get around the testing and everything else. And I was like, oh, so people heard what Keanu had to say and they're kind of taking it that way. And yeah, I don't know if I spilled all the
I was insinuating.
I don't think I spilled all the beans.
So,
I think you became the whisper and I became the confirmation.
Exactly. But then you said, well, it was so, I mean, I thought we weren't talking about this, but I guess since Keanu, said the whole thing, I guess I'll just say it.
Let me say this. I
was being subtle.
Ask fair and balanced. I am notorious for not being able to keep my fucking mouth shut. And
I am vindicated because I just sat here and went, did somebody tell me, did I say that, or did I just do a few whippet sneezes?
A few? You did 30.
Okay.
And I think people read between the lines, and enough people were going, it was everybody.
I said nothing, though, about April, and then you blew up the spot. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am vindicated here.
I have taken responsibility for the fact that I think you put it between the lines. I just put a giant magnifying glass between the lines and went, look between the lines here. I didn't. Now that you mention it, I think my curse of knowledge got the better of me, and because I was shocked that you were doing that. Like I was like, holy shit! I thought, and I was proud of myself because for months now, since late summer, early fall, I'd been holding on to this information. I was so proud of myself that I didn't blab like an asshole, and then you go out and you do the whippet sneeze again, very subtle. I will, just very, tasteful.
30 whippet sneezes is not, Keanu's talking about the absolute details of, things that happen. So number one, what I've realized is you watch no more than 30 seconds of my show. And number two, when you do, and I do one, innocent whippet, you think that is, hey, Keanu's talking about this. This is her fault. She blew up her spot. You did it, not me.
I think that I have taken ample responsibility for the fact that I perhaps blew up the stuff between the lines. I think you have to admit that you put things between the lines with the sneezes. I blew up what you put out there.
Right.
You planted the seed in everybody's head. I watered it and allowed it to germinate.
Right, but then you blame me like I was uncomfortable that Keanu was talking about this because I thought it wasn't public knowledge. None of what you said, I saw like 6 clips of like nothing that I said at all, and then I was confused. I'm like, God damn, did I say all of that? No, you did. And yes, the curse of knowledge.
Yeah.
Sure. Fine. And this is all alleged. But I just wanted you to know that, and we've come to an understanding that now I don't feel so insane.
I don't think you need to feel insane. I think that you let more than one person in on a conspiracy, and then when you let out half the conspiracy, the other person was like, "Oh, I guess we're talking about the thing," and then I let out the other half of the conspiracy.
I get it, Aaron. I listen. I should know better by now, but I did a few whippet sneezes and talked about a tummy tattoo. By the way, it's absolutely hideous. I mean,
here's what I did. I watched a couple minutes. It was not 30 seconds, but I watched a couple minutes of the clip, and then I made the mistake of reading the comments. And in the comments, they were going, April was doing that. I'm like, holy shit, we're really Jesus Christ, we're really. And yes, they ran with that part. You never specifically said that part.
Thank you, Aaron. Because I did think, I almost texted you about it, and I'm like, dude, did I say that? Because I really didn't think that I did, and then I thought it would be much better if I did it this way and called you out on it.
I want one thing though, because I'm feeling chastised like a school child. I want one thing. In grading on a curve of my ability to keep shit secret, I did remarkably well with this one.
Okay. What would you? All right.
I kind of feel like Littlefinger right now. Like I'm holding you right now, going, I did tell you not to trust me.
You did, but when I insinuate something about somebody that I dislike, I wasn't trying to blow up the spot of somebody that I care about and am worried about.
Very fair. Yeah. You have, but the issue is that's where you and I were living on two different planets. I don't have the same affection for that person that you do. So I was not.
And that's what I said to my audience. I said, this is a man that is upset with this woman because he is, and it doesn't have the same kind of worry that I do about her or what have you. And, but I'm like, you guys, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I maybe talked about this for an hour. Like, I swear to you, I don't think I really mentioned her really once. So it's, but I get that you're a divorced man and, you went through what you went through. And, I guess I understand it, which is why I'm not mad at you. I do not calling, but I am vindicated because certainly wasn't, what I did or said.
I will say this, and then we'll go. And thank you very much for bringing this up. I will say this. This is called growth because you're bringing up your concerns to me in a much healthier way than say I'm going to pick a random thing. You're trying to have me thrown in prison, and I appreciate that. And that's very.
I'm trying to have you thrown in prison. What does that mean?
It's a joke.
Okay.
You're coming to me with your concern professionally, and you're coming to it from a place of understanding. And certainly I feel like I've responded with empathy and understanding. And I think that makes for a very healthy mode of communication between two people and really boring drama for a podcast.
Absolutely boring, yes. But I will not be. I didn't want to. I feel like Judy Garland. It all became too much, and for my life, if I didn't, rectify the situation and understand that I really didn't say anything about my friend. All I did was 30 or 45.
Right.
Sneezes about Nick Rekieta.
The problem you had that led to the problem I had is that you cracked the door a little bit and let people look through the crack in the door. And then I came up behind you and went, oh, Keanu, if you want them to look inside the door, here, let's kick the open. You're like, no, we're not trying to kick oh, shit, he kicked the open.
Right.
So exactly. I misread the sign. See, you were Maximus. You said on my signal, unleash hell. And then when I unleashed hell, you went, that was not the signal.
Well, anytime that you say something on your show that I know more information about, I'm going to be like, all right, he kicked the door open. I guess I'm wide open to say this.
We have not, but hey, we have not said it all.
What? No.
I mean, that's nice.
Exactly.
We're yeah. But, and also, do you know that you've put out there now? I know you didn't say this, but I know you've seen the rumors now that people have went, Keanu is saying that Nick's parents paid off April to keep her quiet.
Do you see what you did?
I don't have any evidence that happened. Neither do you.
Oh, we watched the whole Keanu, the Keanu Casino clip with the morbidly obese man that is just rude, and then the raspy voice, the former drug addict. Yes, we watched all of it, and I said I don't know how to explain this to my audience other than I think maybe Aaron at least watched this. And then we watched you. And I said...
I did watch the Keanu Casino.
Right. And I said, do you see what happened? I did 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 whippet sneezes about Nick Rekieta.
I think you're overplaying what I did, and I think you're really underplaying the whippet sneezes, in fairness.
Repetition is funny, Aaron.
I know. Yes, repetition is very funny. It also can be very revealing.
I was not talking about my friend April. I was talking merely about allegedly somebody that I think makes my friend April cry, and it's not you.
No, my days of making April cry are long gone.
All right. Well,
here's the difference. I don't you did say one thing. I don't dislike April. I just am. The difference you and I have is I will say, hey, hope she gets better. Hope she picks her life up, blah, blah, blah. And then just move on. I don't care if that happens or not. If you're asking me for a particular outcome, I'd prefer that one. You genuinely do care for that outcome. You want to see that outcome happen. So that's where the disconnect is. Whereas you are invested in the outcome, you'd like to see it be X. Whereas I am like, hey, all things equal, if the outcome is X, I think that's great, but not going to lose sleep over it. So there's a little...
Right, because you can't, and you lived a different experience. Obviously, we've all lived different experiences. And no, I'm not... That's why people are going like, Keanu, why you still deal with this stupid idiot? I'm like, okay, well, listen.
Wait, I'm the stupid idiot?
Yeah. Oh, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny's the stupid idiot. Okay. Speaking of which, I do have to bring.
Like, why are you still deal with this stupid idiot? I'm like, no. I'm telling you, anybody that wants to go ahead and ponder, or somebody that wasn't involved. Do I like? Unless I'm talking about a pop culture moment, I don't really talk about people that I don't know, or like try and get into things that I don't know about or what have you. But it is funny when I insinuate one thing to try and not try and make somebody look bad, but try and just reveal somebody that is an emotional abuser, in my opinion, and made my friend April cry to the point where I can't stand it with a few whippet sneezes. Then, but because of your experience, you go, cat's out of the bag because you're divorced. You are having you must still have some like angry feelings for her.
I'll tell you right now, I don't. It's as simple as this. I thought we were letting the juicy gossip cat out of the bag, and you only wanted to put like a paw out of the bag. And I misread that as cat's out, and I pulled the whole fucking thing out. That was...
I knew it. Thank God. Honestly, thank you for being honest, because I had a text to you, and I was like, this would be better for the show, and I guess I'll just like do it there. But I know I'm not wrong, and I can't go back and watch 9 hours of myself and look for if I said this, but I'm pretty sure I only did like 50 or 60 whippet sneezes about Nick Rekieta.
Right.
And then you go,
right.
And then you go, oh, okay, here we go. Well, now we can say about every single thing that ever happened, allegedly.
I think what we've learned from this, and it's so important, is when it comes to gossip and my burden of knowledge, don't tease me.
How about instead of watching clips of my show that, by the way, no one tags me in?
Well, that's because you yelled at everybody. You and Chrissy did a stream. You yelled at everybody. You told them they were all assholes and bitches and all this stuff. And then you're like, why don't they clip me? You abused them. They feel abused.
I'm not asking them. Listen, none of that was my doing whatsoever. It's all a big misunderstanding.
You're saying it's all Chrissy and Frank's fault.
No. I didn't write that text to that troglodyte. If we're talking.
What text are you talking about?
Oh, somebody says, I found it 5 hours and 18 minutes. Did I say something like that? Okay, so somebody, thank you. Aaron, member for 15 months. So you're saying I did say it, but I highly doubt Aaron went back and watched that. And if
wait a minute. They're saying that you said that she was doing them?
I'm sorry, excuse me. We were talking about the Clipper thing, which I don't even want to talk about. I never problem with the goddamn Clippers, but I was taking the advice of people that they feel one way about it or whatever, and I sent a text that someone told me to send to someone, and then all hell broke loose, and this is why no one tags me in their clip.
All right, I tell you what, I only have Johnny until 8 o'clock, so I do have to run. But thank you for calling and handling it this way. I feel like if I could classify this as anything, it's growth.
Okay. You did nothing wrong other than be ridiculously exaggerating. And yes, it's not cat out of the bag. I put like half of a claw bag, and then you let it out of the bag.
I feel I'm okay with that. I will take responsibility for that, and you control those allergies, and maybe this wouldn't happen.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.